everyone. Well, we have another hot, dry day and it is windy. So you might hear some wind noise in the video. So I'm just gonna warn you in advance. So I have a list of things I want to get done today. The first thing is I want to cut these petunias back. They're starting to really hang in that and they need to be reshaped. And I haven't done this yet this year, so it's time to do it. And it's sad because these have been beautiful, so reliable, and I've been extremely happy with these and would like to repeat this, but they do need a good cut underneath to help them bounce back for the rest of the summer. So that is on the list. The other thing I want to do is I want to plant some clematis. I picked up a couple on sale and we'll see where else that leads us to. But let's get this done. I also want to give you an update on my tomatoes because I've been pruning them up and I want to show you where they are at. So let's start with the petunias and get this done. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this canopy here and then cut underneath, and then I'm going to spin it around and have a look and see what else is dragging down. You can see they're getting kind of spindly and long over here, and so same with this. So let's cut this back and see what we got underneath, and we'll see how much dead we have as well. Okay, I'll do this by hand for a bit and then I'll put it back on my stand so you guys can see what I'm doing. So you can see the underside on these actually looks really good. So this self-watering pot I got from Walmart, very cheap, is doing its job, but I need to cut a lot of this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop it off, and you'll see the finishing product, I guess, because I can't seem to get the right angle on this, but I'll try. I hope that's better. You guys can tell me in the comments if I caught it. So I'm just going to take this here and I'm just going to go through it. I'm just going to cut. And you can see where it's hanging here. Going to aim that a little bit more so you can see where it's hanging here. So we're just going to take that stuff off. All right, I think I can do this one-handed. So I'm just going to come through and just going to hack her back. You can see it's all coming off down here where it's getting spindly. Now it didn't look that bad, like there's not a lot of dead underneath, so I'm really happy with it. You can see here, I'll zoom out, see how much more round it is. I'm just going to take this back a bit just to give it more of a round shape. And we're going to go over to this side and I'm going to cut some more off here because it needs more to be more round. And that's kind of what I'm going with is really, you guys, in any dead, you can see what happens to petunias underneath. And geez, that's dry. And I've been watering the heck out of it. Welcome to the windy prairies, the way I put it. We're just going to take some more off here. And try to keep a bit of a round shape going. I have to clean up my mess after. And a few of these that are spindly up on top. That looks better. Any just deadhead while I'm at it. Being I got the pruners. Okay, so looking around here, that needs to come off a little bit. So we're just going to go in a little bit further on that one. I think that looks better. A little thick on this side. And this will bounce back, you guys. But it nearly needed a haircut now rather than let it get to the point of no return. That's better. Okay, she's much rounder and more full in the top, and that's the way I like it. So let's do the next one. I'll show you what the next one looks like now that the other pot's down. See how full it is? And see all the stragglers? You can see all the branches down here that are straggly and that. Well, that's got to be cleaned up too. So I'm going to switch the pots out. Boy, she is a beast. I didn't realize how big it was till I went to put it in the wagon. Look at all that overhang. She's massive. Kind of impressive. But let's save its life and extend it. So I'm just going to go hard here, and I'm just going to start with cutting what I can see and taking her back. Just as much as the other one. They were the same size, you guys, and this one seems to be bigger. Not sure why. Same location. One's on top of the other. Maybe a little more sun. Same fertilizer. Miracle Grow. Just getting a little too full up at the top. There we go. This is going to be harder to do. I might have to take it and move it on top of the deck. Let's have a quick glance at the underside. Not bad, not bad. There's some dead in it, but that's normal. Okay, let's work our way around. Some of these that are kind of hanging. This area here is really full. So I want to take that back a bit and thin it out. So you can start seeing the difference right there. Water will go a lot further if we're not feeding some of this stuff that's starting to die back. It's harsh, but it needed it. Look at down here. You're starting to see some dead growth come in here. It's just getting a little too spindly, so this will all bounce back in here, but it really needed it. And then I kind of have been shaping it around just so it looks pretty, kind of like you would for a bouquet. You know, you want it kind of round and shapely. Just gonna walk around here, see what else. And it can breathe now. There's gonna be more air movement in that plant. It does look a little butt ugly, I'll be honest, but hey, it's all what's best for the plant. We got to make it through to September if we can. Mother Nature cooperates. See, I'm just taking some of this extra, and if there's anything dead on it, I'll take that off too. That's better. All right, I'm going to put it back on the step. I'm going to give it a good soaking. There is everything I took off of, and that's just 2 potted plants. That is a lot, but that's how overgrown they've gotten. And this is how they're looking now. You can see it's looking a little spindly. I do have spots that are bare. Tried to keep the shape. I switched them out too. We'll see what that does. Put the bottom one to the top to the bottom, and put it back. I mean, they're still pretty. There's lots on the top. And now it'll be easier for me to deadhead them too. And now you can actually see my little owl that's sitting there. So yeah, I need to soak them really, really good now after they've had this severe haircut. And I'm going to give them a shot of Miracle Grow fertilizer. I'm giving them each half a scoop in each bucket of water of this fertilizer for the plant food. And yeah, this stuff has been really good. It's done a good job with my plants. My flowers have been really full, and I've been very happy with it. So I don't know, people say horrible things about Miracle Grow, but quite honestly, I consider it a good plant food. You know, as long as the numbers are the same as a lot of the other ones, 15, 30, 15, it's going to do its job, which is result in more blooms and a fuller plant. And that's all I can ask for summer annuals. So here are the tomatoes. I went through here on my lunch break, really, really harsh on these, and cut them back. And they need a good soaking now. But you don't need all that energy. You can see where I snapped some of these. You don't need all that energy going to the leaves. We want it to go to the fruit. So although it looks harsh and they look nasty, I'm seeing a lot of fruit. Heavy fruit here. So these were the mixed tomatoes here. And you can see these are the iris. So there's lots of them. The vines are really full actually. And they're getting bigger, but they're still green on the bottom. You can see if they're definitely not ready to pick. You can see the Hungarian peppers. Lots of them coming in. Now that I cut things back, I can see actually what I have. So you can see my bells. Makes a huge difference. Next year, I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to set up a system where I have posts in and a line going overhead and then tie them up so that they can grow up and be stabilized that way. So that's that one. So it's coming. This one over here struggled more because it had the shade of the honeysuckle here. So I've been out here cutting this back and I'm going to take some more off of it. And now you can see it's getting the west sun. So we're seeing the peppers are a little slower here because they were over, they weren't getting the sun they needed because the tomatoes were just hanging everywhere. I ran out of tomato cages, so that was an issue. So I've been cutting these back and came through and started staking them. I'm just going to sneak through here so I can show you. So I've been staking them and we're going to see some more beef steaks over here. I'll try to get out of the sun so you can see. There we go. More beef steaks over here, larger tomatoes in here. I'm hoping the peppers now will put on some peppers. Some of them don't have anything on them. And this needs more water. I'll be honest. This bed's not getting enough water. It needs a major soak here. So that needs to be done. I'm pretty sure that's part of the problem over here too. So you can see the difference between the two and the height difference. These ones are good, probably 4.5 feet high. And that one over there, you know, is rounding probably a good 5.5 feet. So total difference between the two. We'll just sneak through here. A little crowded over there. Here are my raspberries, not supposed to bloom the first year. Something is eating on them, but whatever, they're raspberries. But we do have some blooms here for the Harvest Gold and some little raspberries here. So I will move them to a bigger pot in the fall, and then I'm just gonna shove them aside for the winter. I don't want them spreading. Over here are my strawberries, which also need to be moved. And the birds have found them, so I noticed the odd one chewed and gone. But every day I get strawberries to eat, as you can see. And they are yummy. Look at that. They are so much sweeter than what you get in the store. Loving them. I think I just come outside every day just to eat strawberries. That's how those are doing over here. So we are planting 2 clematis. It's called Little Duckling. I keep wanting to call it Ugly Duckling. And the reason I'm showing you empty pots is because I lost my video footage. So I'm reshooting this part to show you the pictures of the plants that we're planting in the garden. So I have 2 of these I'm putting in. They're good for zone 3. They will bloom from May through to October, depending on your climate, and they are categorized as a B. I'm going to put the little ducklings in this bed along this wire fence because eventually they will cover it. And what I'm going to do is in the fall, I'm going to cut them. I'm going to plant them now, and then the fall, I'm going to cut them back to ground level, or in the spring, maybe in the spring, because our winters are so harsh, and then it should help fill in. And I've learned that if you cut your clematis to the ground, spring or fall, depending on your climate. If you're really cold, maybe do what I do, leave it till spring. Cut it back good, give it a good feeding, soaking, give it some eggshells, some crushed eggshells, and it will take off for you. And I didn't do that for a lot of these new ones last year, and I should have, and I kick myself now for not doing it. But in the future, I will definitely do it. So let's get these planted. I brought a jug of water with me because it is super duper hot and windy, and give them a new home and give them a good start. And they're little duckling, not ugly duckling. I'm gonna keep calling them ugly duckling. Ugh. Do you guys see these little clips on this trellis that comes with the clematis? Well, I reuse those clips and I will actually use them to pin it to the fence. So I will just take those, and they're really handy because they kind of clip open and closed, and they're just enough to hold it up and give that vine some support. You could use these, but I find them so hard to get out of the container, and I don't have pruners on me, so I will use them potentially somewhere else, maybe for a decoration, maybe for a winter arrangement or something. But these things, super handy. So what I do is I just take the clip like this and I just stabilize the vines to the fence, just around like that. Actually, I'm gonna go a little bit lower on it, and do it on an angle is actually better, and that will hold the vine up. So here they are. They're planted fairly close together, so I get a sea of pink. At least that's the goal right now. And then I'm just gonna give them a good soaking. Everything's so dry. I'm gonna have to talk to Rob about the water back here, because it seems like it's a bit drier than, it doesn't seem like they're getting any, to be honest. So I'll have to check into that. It's always something, you guys. I'm just giving it a good soak. Let it soak in. Come back and do the other one. Let that soak in. And then I'll do this one again. While I'm here, I might as well give these daylilies a little bit. Although normally they don't need a lot, but since they're newly planted, and I have a bit left. What the heck, hey? We'll be generous. Just had to get a bit of grip on that water can. All right, that is it. Clematis is planted, makes me happy, and it's little duckling, not ugly duckling. I'll keep telling myself that, and that is it for today. I need to water all the pots, and that's going to take me a long time. So thank you for watching these videos, and thank you for subscribing, and let me know if you have anything you want to see. There will be a video coming up on yeast fertilizer. I have some peppers that I just recently got on sale at Home Depot, and I think they could use a treatment of some yeast. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and have a great day. Bye, everybody.